Hi everyone, my name's Ellie and today I'm going to be doing the bookshelf scavenger hunt tag. This is one of my absolute favorite tags that I've ever seen on BookTube and I am really excited to do this. So I was actually tagged to do this by the book, and I will leave her link to her video down below as well as the original creator of this tag. But basically what you do for this tag is you have sort of a list of prompts that you have to complete, and you have to find whatever book on your shelf you think fits that prompt. I am just so excited to do this. This is gonna be so much fun. Before we get into this tag, I just want to share some of the things that I have been reading and what I've recently finished this month so far, just to hold myself accountable for what I'm reading. So far this month, I have completed Endling: The Last by Catherine Applegate. I did really enjoy this book. You'll have to wait until my February wrap-up to see my star rating and my summary for this book. But overall, I did really enjoy it, and I'm glad that I got to finish it this month. And currently, I am still reading Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. I'm not even halfway through this book yet. It is taking me literally forever, but I do want to finish it soon. Also coming soon, I am planning on picking up The Gilded Wolves by Rashina Chokshi. I am actually buddy reading this book with By the Book, and I am super excited to get into it because it sounds really interesting. I've heard this book get compared to Six of Crows a lot, which is making me curious because I haven't read anything like Six of Crows since I first picked it up. So I'm excited to see what I think about this book. It's gonna be really fun. All right, without further ado, let's get into this tag. I got my notebook all ready to go. I'm sorry about this bad lighting. It's snowing outside right now. All right, so the first prompt is to find an author's name or a book title with the letter Z in it. I actually have a really good one for this, but I have no idea why no one ever picks this one for this question. And that's The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. You see that? You see the little Z right there? Because it's there. I have seen this series on so many booktubers' shelves and they never pick it for this question, which makes me really confused because I personally think that this is a very obvious choice. But whatever, it's fine. They do what they want to do. Alright, prompt number 2 is to find a classic, and I literally only have one classic on my entire shelf, and that is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. So far, I think this is the only classic that I have ever read, especially for school, that I actually really enjoyed. But yes, this is definitely a very classic story, so this is what I'm going with. Alright, next is to find a book with a key on the cover, and I have a great one for this. Wait. Jeremy Bank and the Meaning of Life by Wendy Mass. Look at how many keys there are. So we have a total of 9 keys on this front cover, and there's also one little key on the spine right here. I kind of feel really bad for how easy this question was for me because a lot of the BookTube videos that I've seen for this tag, they take forever to find a book with a key on the cover. And then there's me that has this lovely jewel right here. Seriously, this question takes them like 5 minutes and I'm feeling really bad it didn't take me that long. I think I'll probably have some sort of like 5-minute question sometime. It's fine. Alright, next is to find something on your shelf that is not a book. Easy. So this is my little Barbossa Funko Pop, actually the only Funko Pop that I own right now. You might have noticed this little guy staring at you while I'm filming other videos. But yeah, he sits right back there on my bookshelf and guards the Six of Crows duology, because those books need protecting. They are beautiful. Okay, next is to find the oldest book on your shelf, and I'm kind of confused by this one. Is it the book that you've owned the longest or the book that was published the earliest? If it was what I've had the longest, it would definitely be the first book of the Percy Jackson series. But if it's the oldest book, it's probably one of the Tolkien books. Okay, The Silmarillion was published in 1977. And The Hobbit was 1966. Lord of the Rings, 1987 was when this was put together. And the winner is my dad's edition of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This leather-bound edition is one that he's had for a very long time. And this was published in 1966, so oldest book. Okay, now this one's really easy, but now I have to find a book with a girl on the cover. Which one? There are so many of them. My Sister's Keeper has actually 2 girls on the cover. We have Mockingbird, The Arsonist, I Am Princess X, or not, literally all of my Keeper of the Lost Cities books, all of my Throne of Glass books except for Tower of Dawn, Clockwork Princess. Wait, I actually have to pick one, don't I? I'll go with this one. So for this, I'm going with The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is the prequel novella collection thing for the Throne of Glass series. And we've got a spooky girl on the cover right there. Nailed it. Okay, now I have to find a book with an animal in it. I've seen different versions of this tag where some people go with animals that are on the cover and some people go with animals that have like a prominent place in the book itself. But I actually have one that fits both, and that is Because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo. As you can see, we have an adorable little dog right here, and this dog plays a very important role in this book. So, bonus points. Okay, next is to find a book with a male protagonist. Again, which one do you want? We've got Laszlo from Strange the Dreamer, Kavoth from Name of the Wind, literally 70% of the Six of Crows group, Ivan, Edward, Harry freaking Potter. Okay, that was a lot of options, but I'm going with Percy from Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I absolutely love Percy's character in this series. I was actually a little younger than Percy when I was first reading this book. And after I was done reading this, I remember I wanted him to come to my school so badly so I could be his best friend. One of my fondest childhood memories. Alright, next is to find a book with only words on it. So, this is difficult. None of them over here do, I don't think. Does this one count? No, it doesn't. I know none of these ones down here count. Why do all these books have to have something on them? If I make the cover go like this... Wait, no, there's still designs on it. What am I kidding? I might have been able to do Warcross, but these technically aren't words, and these are lines. Why do all of my witch and wizard books have to be wreathed in flame? Oh! Yes! 14,000 things to be happy about! Woo! Challenge completed! This is actually one of the books that my mom had when she was in medical school, and it's literally just a list of things that make this person happy, and it's great. Thank you, Hector, for guarding this book! For those of you that have not been introduced, this is Hector. He is my little stuffed turtle, and look at how cute he is. Look at him! In case you're wondering what he's inside right here, it's an egg. He comes out, he swims around, all that good stuff. He's super soft, by the way. I just love petting him. And obviously he is attached to his egg by this little string right here, so he can just pop back in. Ta-da! I'm actually really happy that the string is there, because if it wasn't like attached to Hector, I would just lose this. You're my favorite, thank you. Okay, that question was honestly my 5-minute question. I was just going through all of my books over and over again, hoping that when I came back to one of them sometime, it would just magically not have any pictures on it. This next prompt sort of counters that, and it's to find a book with illustrations in it. I have a good answer for this, but I just want to talk about another book that relates to this sort of question first. Okay, so Fablehaven, Rise of the Evening Star. If you've read this, you might know what I'm talking about when I explain this picture, but all of these books have sort of little pictures in it that sort of go along with what's happening in the story. And there was one picture in this book that I came across when I was first reading it, and it scared me so bad. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Look at how freaking scary this is. This picture absolutely scared the crap out of me. When I first read this, like, I was not expecting this sort of thing at all. I was just flipping through the pages of this book, reading for my own pleasure, and then boom! There it was. Okay, but now for the real answer for this question. So my answer for this is The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. This book has absolutely beautiful illustrations in it. What I actually like about this book is that in the beginning, it's sort of just corner pages and just little details on the side of the story. But as you go on, the picture just keeps getting bigger and bigger until when you get to the very end of this book, there is just a beautiful illustration based on the story you just read. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. It's so pretty. I just felt like it really did add something to this book. Okay, next is to find a book with gold lettering. I actually have quite a few of these, but I know which one I'm gonna go with. There you are. So for this question, I chose Land of Stories, An Author's Odyssey by Chris Colfer. This is actually one of my favorite books in the Land of Stories series just because of how unique and adventurous the plot is. But as you can see, it's got nice gold lettering right here, actually a gold outline around the entire cover, which is really nice. So, gold lettering. Here you go. Okay, so this next question is to find a diary, true or fictional. Oh wait, why didn't I even think of this before? The Arsonist by Stephanie Oakes. Hands down the best book that I've read all year so far. Then again, there hasn't really been much competition. But this book follows 3 perspectives, and one of our perspectives that we see Ava Drayman keeps her sort of story going on in diary entries. Boom. Okay, now I have to find a book written by someone with a common last name like Smith. How about James Patterson? James is pretty common. Or maybe Holly Black? There are some people with the last name Black out there. Yeah, Holly Black. Okay, next is to find a book with a close-up of something on it. This would be really useful if I owned The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, because literally that entire series is just full of close-ups. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. So for this, I'm going with The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson, and as you can see, it has this beautiful close-up of this amazingly drawn face. This is one of the things I love about these covers. They are so detailed and it's just gorgeous. I really hope I get to you sometime. Next is to find a book that takes place in the earliest time period. I don't really pay much attention to time periods in my books. This is gonna be weird. I know part of The Arsonist takes place in 1982. What about The Help? This takes place in 1962. Wait, what about The Infernal Devices? The Reign of Queen Victoria. When was that? Just another reason why history is my least favorite subject. Okay, I just looked this up, and it turns out that the Reign of Queen Victoria took place sometime in like the 1830s, 1840s, somewhere around there, making this book, Clockwork Angel, the book that is set in the earliest time period. See, I do read historical fiction. Alright, next is to find a hardcover book without a dust jacket. If I didn't already do Because of Winn-Dixie, I would choose that one. I already did one of my Tolkien books, so I'm not going to choose one for that. I know I have another one somewhere. Oh, here they are. So I have 2 for this question, and that is The Demigod Files and The Demigod Diaries, both by Rick Riordan. These are adorable little hardcovers that go with the Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series. And as you can see, they are both hardcover and they don't have dust jackets. Yay! The next prompt is to find a teal or turquoise book. And I have a good one for this one. So I am going to choose Nightfall by Shannon Messenger. This is the 6th book out of 9 in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series. And look at this beautiful turquoise color. It's beautiful. Now I have to find a book with stars on it. Another really easy one. Okay, for this I'm going with Every Soul a Star by Wendy Mass. Look at this. There is a gigantic star on the cover. It's got star in the title. This cover is also set at night, so there's a bunch of stars right here. And look at this. Even the other words in the title are made up of tiny stars. I did not actually know there were this many stars on the book. I just knew that there was this big one right here. And lastly, I have to find a non-YA book. Take your pick. Alright, that was it for my bookshelf scavenger hunt tag. I am so happy that I did this because it was so much fun. If you haven't done this tag but you really want to, then I definitely challenge you to do this tag because I had a lot of fun doing this, and I really think that you will too. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!